In this video, I'm going to show you how to paint the Iron Hand Space Marines, so get ready to get the Sons of Medusa on the table and looking great in no time at all. If this is your first time on the channel, then please consider subscribing. Okay, let's get down and dirty with the Iron Hands. So the first thing I've done is I've primed this black. Now you can use whatever black primer you prefer. You can use Chaos Black Spray. I use Vallejo Polyurethane Black Primer through an airbrush. I think it's really, really good. And then what I've done is I've just taken Abaddon Black, and again you can use any black you like. And I've just given it a once over coat, and that's quite a watered down mix, maybe 50-50 water and paint, and that's just to get the same black colour, because the black we're going to use, Abaddon Black, is a different colour black to the primer. So what we don't want to do is be in a place where we've got different shades of black on the model, because that's just not going to look right. Okay, so what we're going to do, we'll do the armour, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this part of the leg here. I'm not going to show you all of it because it'll take a bit of time, but we'll get started. So first up, we're going to use Eshin Grey, which is a nice dark grey, and we're going to put a chunky highlight on the leg. So you can see I've already put a chunky one down there. I'm going to put some over the knee pad as well. I'm going to run some just under the leg there. Again, it's a chunky highlight because when it dries, it'll kind of blend in to the black anyway. And we're also going to put a black glaze over this at the end as well, which will really tie everything together and give you a really nice effect. So I'm going to finish off the rest of this greave, and we'll come back in with the next highlight. Okay, so that first chunky highlight is done. Hopefully you can see that against the black. And like I said, it's a really chunky highlight with the Eshin Grey. So the next thing we're going to do is refine it a little bit. And the colour we're going to use for that is Dawnstone. Now it's really important here, you don't have too much on your brush because you don't want another chunky highlight. So let's get the first one in nice and easy. We're just going to pull it down there like that. And you can see straight away there's quite a bit of differentiation in terms of the colours. And that's fine, because again we are going to put a glaze on later that'll tone that down. So just work your way around. Again, as I say with all models, use the shape of the model to your advantage where you can, because it just makes it easier to do a nice thin line highlight. And what you want to do is make sure you've got some of that Eshin Grey showing underneath. Okay, so take your time, work your way around it. I'll finish the rest of this off cam and come back and show you the final result. So that's making that leg pop quite a bit now, and it's looking really, really good. It is looking a little bit bright, but that's okay, because we are going to tone that down. So the last colour we're going to put in, this is just going to be for some spotlights, is going to be Administratum Grey. And these are just going to be on the sharpest point, so where you've got corners there, just at the top there. And again, this is just mainly little dot highlights, just to really bring out the shiny parts of the armour. And it may be that you don't want it shiny, it may be that you're really happy with how it looks before we get into this stage, and if you are, that's absolutely fine. So there we are, I'm going to leave that, so I'm going to let that dry, and we'll come back and we'll talk about putting a little bit of a glaze over that just to dull everything down and give it a bit more uniform look. So the colour I'm going to use to put this glaze down is going to be Black Templar contrast paint. And what I've done is I've mixed it with some contrast medium. It's about 1 part paint to 2 parts medium, so it's really, really thin. Now, if you're struggling to get Black Templar, because I know it's really, really popular, what you can do is you can make the same kind of glaze, but use the Abaddon Black. Just thin it down with medium quite a bit more. And in terms of what a ratio might look, it might be 4:1, 5:1, 6:1. Try it out beforehand. I wouldn't use Nuln Oil on this because it will kind of give it a really matte, muggy look, and you'll get watermarks and some tide marks. So once you've got your glaze, like I said, I'm using Black Templar. Get some on your brush, but then wipe that brush off in some tissue paper. And then all you need to do is just paint over all the bits that you've just highlighted. So make sure you cover the entire panel that you've painted, and what you'll start to see is that this is starting to take some of that brightness away. So just work your way around, covering all of the panels, and what you'll find that this will do, it'll also run into those recesses, so if you have just spilt over a little bit, this should cover it. So there we are. I'm just going to let that dry and we'll come back and see how we're looking. And with that glaze, that's looking really, really good. The colour's muted right down. It's taken away the sharpness, but it's still left those layers within the colour. If you want to go in and use the Administratum Grey just to touch in some more spots where it's darkened down a bit, you can. But other than that, it's looking pretty good. So I'm going to finish the rest of the black armour off cam. You guys can go and do the same as well. And when we come back, we'll start to look at the other elements of this Iron Hands Hellblaster. So with all the armour done, it's looking pretty good now. And one thing that is really important when we do this is that whatever brush you use, make sure it's got a really good point. So this is a Winsor and Newton Series 7. I'll pop a link to these down in the description. I've tried other brushes, I always come back to them. Okay, so that's just my personal preference. You'll have your own. Use what works best for you, but you do need a really good point on the brush for doing some of this work. So let's get back to the marine. So we're going to use Leadbelcher, and we're going to go and focus on all the metallic parts. So we'll start off nice and simple on just the belt button there. And then we've got the chest eagle. And try and be as careful as you can doing this. The beauty is that if you do make a mistake, you can go back in and fix it with Abaddon Black, but the tidier and neater we are at this point, the less we have to worry about it. So that's there. So now with the Iron Hands, some of them paint their good hand. I'm going to leave the good hand black, but we've got the prosthetic hand here. So we're going to make sure that we paint this with Leadbelcher. And we're also going to paint parts of the plasma pistol as well. Not all of it, because we'll come back in with some different colours, and we'll do the white weapon casing that GW seem to be favouring at the moment. We've got things like the cabling running down the back here, so we can get that blocked in with the metallic. And just work your way around, find any bits that you think should be metal and get them done. So I'm going to finish all the metallics off cam, and we'll come back and then we'll have a look at shading it and highlighting it. Once we've got all those metallics done, we're just going to shade them, and we're going to do that with Nuln Oil. So this is just going straight on. And we're just going to work it around all these metallic bits. So again, as with everything, take your time. There's no massive science to this, so just get on the metallic bits. So I'll finish the rest of it, let it dry, and then we'll have a look at the next bit of detail we're going to work on. Once we've got that Nuln Oil and it's dried, we can go in and then highlight the metallics. And for this I'm using Chrome from Model A, which is a Vallejo paint, but it's actually really, really good for metallics. And what we're going to do with this is we're just going to use the shape of the model to put some edge highlights in. So that's, you know, really easy, really straightforward. Because what you'll find is with the metallic areas, the light will just catch. So work your way around all the metallic parts that you want to have that little bit of a shine. If you want to leave some areas a little bit duller, that's entirely up to you. But I'm going to go away, I'm going to finish the rest of these highlights, and then we'll come back and we'll have a little look at all the leather pouches that this chap's got on his belt. Once we've got all that silver highlighted, the model itself's really starting to pop, which is really, really good. So let's have a look at the leather, and we're going to base this in Dryad Bark. So I'm going to go for a darker kind of leather rather than a bright one. So we've got all the pouches. Just going to get some Dryad Bark on them. We can go back in and put silver on the the buttons later on, once we've got the leather itself finished. And don't forget, we've got the packs on the back here. So I'll finish base coating this, we'll come back and we'll have a little look at getting it highlighted. I'm going to highlight the brown on the leather with Baneblade Brown, which is a much lighter shade than the Dryad Bark. The way we're going to do this is we're just going to edge highlight, so use the shape of the model again. Well, we've got the belt in there. Just use the point to just pull along. And we've got some areas on the back there where we can just pull down. Now the other thing I want to do with this is I just want to add some little scratches. So the way I'm going to add the little scratches is just with the point of the brush, just like that. And it's really important you don't do this too thick. But what we'll do is we'll put a brown glaze over this, and that'll really mute down some of these little scratches that we're putting on now. So I'm just going to work around and finish that, see what I can do, and you know, start with less, because less is always more, and then work your way up if you want to add a few more in. Alright? That's a really nice easy stage. So what we're going to do now is just take some Agrax Earthshade, and we're just going to paint it over all the leather bits. So this is really straightforward, and then I guess it kind of sits with you as to how you want your leather to look, as to how many coats you want to put on. So if you make it too dark, it will blend a bit with the armour, so there is that consideration. But also, if you want to, you know, if you think it's too light, you might want to take some time and just add it in a bit sparingly. So I'm going to let that dry, see how it looks. I might put a second coat on, I might not, but we'll come back and we'll have a look at the weapon casing and then some spot colours as well. So I've let that Agrax Earthshade dry, and I've just put a little bit of extra in, so it's a really dark brown leather. So let's have a look at the plasma coils and the weapon casing. So what we need to do is we need to get them into a lighter colour. So we're in with Agrax White from the pot. So make sure this is nice and thin. It's going to take a couple of coats to go over the black. Be really careful when you kind of come to these bits you've already painted. So just work it onto the casing for all the bits you want to be white. And one really important tip is when you're painting a light colour, once you put a little bit of it on, let it dry, because what you don't want to do is go back over it when it's not quite 100% dry and pull it off the model, because that'll give you a really lumpy finish. So we've got the casing to do there and on the plasma pistol. The other thing that I want to do in white as well is I want to do the face mask and the head. So again, I'm just going to pop the Agrax White on the head and the face mask, being really careful not to go over any of the bits we've already painted in metal. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off and then let it dry, make sure it's fully dry, and then go in with a second coat. It took 2 coats of Agrax White on the casing. So to give it some shading, what I'm going to use is Apothecary White contrast paint. And I'm going to put this all over the white bits, but I'm going to be careful not to go over the coils of the plasma. Don't worry too much if you do, but just try and keep it off there, because it saves going in and tidying up after. So we're going to put this all over the white of the weapon casing, and we're also going to put it over the white of the mask as well. So I'm going to finish that on the rest of the weapons, leave it dry, and then we're going to come back and have a look at highlighting the weapon casings. When the Apothecary White is dry, we're going to go in with White Scar, and we're just going to edge highlight the weapons, and this will give a little bit of a pop to them. So take your time. Try and get these lines as straight as you can. So again, it's really important that you've got a good point on your brush, so that the paint flows well. Okay, so I'm going to finish off the rest of that. Don't forget the face mask as well, and then when we come back we'll have a look at the plasma. So we're moving through this pretty quick now. So I've done all the white scar highlights. The next thing we do is the plasma coils. So the colour we want for this again is contrast, and this is Aethermatic Blue. So all we're going to do with this is make sure you haven't got too much on the brush, and we're just going to run it into these plasma coils. Now don't worry too much if it spills onto the white a little bit, because that'll just give you a really basic kind of OSL effect, but keep it on the coils as much as you can. Just work it around all the bits of plasma, and then let that dry fully, and then we'll come back and we'll see what it looks like. The last thing I'm going to do as part of this video is just put a spot colour on for this bit of cabling here and a little bit there, and the colour we're going to use for that is Mephiston Red. So this is really straightforward. Just pop it on. Be careful not to go over any of the bits that you've already done. And if you're wondering about painting the face, then I have got a face painting tutorial which I'm going to use exactly the same techniques in that tutorial to paint this guy's face and the face you see on the finished model. So I'll put a card up in the top right of the screen so you can see that. So you can finish watching this video first, and then you can head off and have a look at the how to paint Space Marine faces video as well. I'll put a link in at the end of the screen as well. So I'm going to finish off just getting all these little bits of wire, and then we'll come back, we'll put a little highlight on it, and this guy will be done. And just to kind of finish off that wire, we'll just put a little highlight on for Wild Rider Red. And the easiest way to do this is just use the edge of the brush and work it down there. Okay, and this Iron Hand is done. So like I said, I'll pop the face tutorial on the end screen, so stay tuned for that. All we're going to do now is just put a quick base on him and finish him up. So the base is going to be Astro Granite Debris, a little bit of an Athonian Camel Shade wash, and then a light Ushabti Bone dry brush. So there you have it. That's your Iron Hand Space Marine looking absolutely fantastic. Now you can use this for any kind of black power armour, whether that be Raven Guard, whether it be Black Templars, or any chapter of your own making. It's a really effective way of getting a great looking power armour and a great looking Marine. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please leave a like and a comment down below. And if you really want to help support the channel, you can do using some of the affiliate links in the description. Now I do get a small kickback, but it doesn't actually cost you any money. Even if you just want to do your normal shopping through the Amazon links, that does help the channel absolutely massively. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.